Pardon me, pardon me. Come on in, come on in. Let me do that countdown. Sorry guys, I'm knocking over speakers and everything. Happy Sunday to you guys. Come on in. All right, cuties. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this quick little hot topics. And we're gonna talk mug shots of reality TV. Thank you guys for being patient. Although I'm only 3 minutes late. This doggone book got me on the chokehold. Message from a mistress child. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you did not hit the like button, please go ahead, hit that like button for me on your way in. Girlfriend Chronicles, quick question. I know Danya got hers. Did you get your clear tumbler? That was from Bridget J. Can you let me know in the chat? And I believe Bridget J, I'll double check. I don't know if the elegant elephant is here, but I believe she sent me a DM saying that she got hers. Not sure, but girlfriend, let us know. All right, 51 of you guys currently watching. You guys see what's on the screen. And the reason why we are here, we know, is because of what happened with Wendy and Eddie Osefo. Okay, but it just made me just want to take somewhat of a deep dive into the mugshots child of these reality TV stars. And knock on wood, I hope you guys can hear me. It could be any of us at any time, not probably for what these folks have done, So yeah, it's not like I'm out here clowning them. And the majority of the folks that I'm gonna speak on today are those that look like me. Okay. I will say before we even get to that, since this happened with Wendy and Eddie, a lot of people have mentioned the Dorit Kimsleys and PK or the Kyle, Kyle and Mauricio. Allegedly, they too have had these alleged break-ins, and you guys know how we do. We want to know why. Why do we see the mug shots of our people and we ain't seen none in my Moses voice of them? You know? Um, can you see, sis? Because I see two folks up there from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Can you see? Oh, okay. I see your comment saying, oops, never mind. Okay, I was about to say, ain't that Mr. Martell holding Destiny Payton? We'll get into it. We'll get into it real quickly, though. I do want to say, first off, prayers going up to South Carolina. I'm not sure if you heard about the mass shooting that happened early this morning. At the time of this live, 4 people have been unalived, and hopefully the number stops at that, and over 20 people injured. So, anybody in here from South Carolina? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you are from South Carolina. The place where this happened is Willie's Bar and Grill. And what is the exact name? St. Helena Island Bar. So is it St. Helena, South Carolina? I believe so. But it looks like a pretty small place to me. That could just be from the front view. But they said that over 100 people were in there when this happened. And I quickly clicked off the story because, I'm trying to protect my mental health, child. Some of these stories could just turn your whole day. Shout out to the Cutie crew because you guys will see a video early tomorrow morning. I'm going to schedule it. Do you have 8 minutes? Shout out to Danya. And yeah, hey sis, look, I'm mad at you, child. This doggone message from a mistress got me in a chokehold over here. Girl, I can't wait to get done watching Real Housewives of Potomac tonight. I'll be done today. Okay. But yeah. So prayers going up. Prayers going up. Let's see if anybody put that they are from South Carolina. I know that a couple of you are. I just don't know. Yes, Luann is on that, child. Teresa Judice. Uh um what's her name? Sonia Morgan. Yeah. It's a lot of them. And we're gonna go through some of the charges though. So yeah, prayers going up to the St. Helena community where this shooting took place. I want to jump to two other quick hot topics. Quick. And Kirk Frost, gaslighting 101. Have you guys seen this post of Kirk Frost that he put up today? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, go away from me. Okay, go away from me, child. I will be done tonight. Yes. Oh, thank you for saying that, Jacqueline. And I will bring up it's in my DMs. Before I move on to the Wendy Osefo and the arrest records, I'll absolutely make sure to share that video when it comes to the HBCUs. And look, they trying to say that it's black MAGA folks, not the clear, black MAGA folks that plans on doing all of this. So thank you for that, Jacqueline. Let me start your comment so I can make sure to go back to it. But when it comes to Kirk Frost, child, you were out of sight, out of mind. Rashida was when all that stuff went down with your son Kai and your daughter Kelsey's and the T Hood unaliving. And go ahead and go back and hide, please. Because what this is right here is straight nonsense. Brittany Janae, hey sis, love you. Thank you for being here. Girlfriend, did you answer me? Well, answer Bridget J. Cha. Did you get that clear tumbler? Anyway, let me read what Kirk said. This is gaslighting. Sometimes a lot of us, we need clues. Look, I'm not nobody's teacher. And I try to make sure that I don't come out here and try to or attempt to teach with my commentary. But I'm gonna teach you this if you don't know it. This is gaslighting. Okay, first of all, if you talking to your son, pick up the damn phone and call him. Or, matter of fact, pick him up and have this conversation with him. Shout out to the Shade Room. I ain't even try to go over there to Kirk's page because I was liable to put down something that, would have got me blocked. But anyway, Kirk Frost decided on a Sunday to wake up and make a post to Cannon Frost. Those of you that don't know who Cannon is, he is the outside child of Kirk and Jasmine, the alleged scripper that he got a baby by. Hey, Aunt Debbie. And he woke up again, child, and said, let me make a post to my son on Instagram. And he said, I'm sorry, Cannon Frost. Most women want me to be a deadbeat to you. Also, not be a father, not pay child support, just not be in your life at all. But sorry, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to stop before I continue. Why? Oh, it's in his car. Okay, let us know. Keep us posted. Why, Kirk? Why are you saying this to the public? And not little sweet little Cannon. Cannon is innocent. I ain't got nothing against Cannon. Okay. I'm gonna read that part again and then I'll read the second one. He said, I'm sorry, Cannon Frost. Most women want me to be a deadbeat to you. Also, not be a father, not pay child support, just not be in your life at all. But sorry, I don't know how to do that. You came at a time when me and my wife was going through a bad season, but we're making it through. I know Rashida gets crucified for loving you and making sure I remain a good father, which I think is crazy. But since you asking questions, we just want to make sure you know that we love you. Is this gaslighting to any of you? Maybe it's just me. Is this gaslighting? That's what it is. Kirk blamed everybody else in his little post other than himself. And I am not a subscriber of break babies or bad seasons. Because if the season is bad enough for you to go out there and stick your little wee wee in somebody with no protection, then that season should be bad enough for you to take your ass right on down there to the courthouse and file for divorce. I don't know about anybody else. It's Rashida and Rashida's business, but he out here blaming most women. No, most women really don't give a damn. I don't, that Rashida, your wife, have chosen to accept your break baby or bad season baby. But as this person said that I made sure to heart over here, Rashida gets crucified for giving you too many passes, Kirk, not for loving the child. That's why Rashida gets, because it's a bad look for women. Again, her marriage, her business. But if you guys chose to get on a reality TV show and we are able to see you sleeping around with every Thomasina, Dickina, and Harina, yeah, we're going to have something to say about it. And yes, we're going to look at Rashida like, girl, what's really going on? In my Bridget J voice. It ain't really got nothing to do with you. You've proven to women, Kirk's mama, look, Cannon's mama, Rashida, and everybody else what you about. But if Cannon has questions, because that's how he ended this. But since you're asking questions, did Cannon, somebody let me know, because maybe I missed it. Did Cannon get on Instagram and go live and say, I got questions for my daddy? Because I'm just wondering why the daddy is choosing to respond to Cannon on Instagram and blame women. I got a problem with that. Look, if women kept silent on cheating and domestic violence and AB use and all of that, y'all Negroes will get away with every damn thing. Sometimes those stories, Aunt Debbie, we had a discussion about this. Sometimes those stories can come at the perfect time for somebody. And that includes Negroes calling bad seasons that turn into break babies okay. Like I put over there in the comment section, I can guarantee you this. Rashida ass couldn't have went out and had a break baby and was walking around 9 months pregnant and your ass was still there. I can guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, they get up and get gone. So this is not only gaslighting to other women, but it's gaslighting to Rashida, in my opinion. But again, that's her husband. We have seen years and years and years of shit that we probably would have bowed on out gracefully at some point. And look, she chose to stay. But Kirk, get your ass on up out of here. Like this person said, apologize to Cannon. Why you on here? This person said, look, Kirk, no woman wants you to be a deadbeat. They wanted you to not father children outside of your marriage. But what Kirk is saying, ladies, don't y'all talk about that. Let Negroes like myself and Cam Newton and everybody, don't y'all talk about that. Most women want you to be a deadbeat. Negro, you wanted to, oh, child. This person said, why would you sit here and say to a child, you came into my life when me and my wife are having a bad season? The F does that have to do with him? And I responded, to justify his cheating. I hope y'all know that's what they say. Ain't no bad seasons. Like I said, if it's bad enough, take your ass on. And look, women go through things, men go through things, marriages, they go through things, and however you choose to live your life and what you choose to put up with in your household is your business. Some women go through things, they put them ducks in a row and they out of there, like myself. You go ahead and continue to think that shit was sweet. Yeah, money was right, but I wanted, to be a little selfish and make sure I pocketed a couple more dollars. Wait till I get my money right. Rashida had money. So why she choose to, child, with the two big earrings? Kirk, I don't know. I don't know. It's her business. That's her husband. But going by the show, they both are cheaters. Darn it, I never heard Rashida cheating. I don't watch. Let me know. I know Jasmine is another Ariane Curry child. Well, I don't even want to know if I feel like she's another one. Jasmine, for the most part, got gone. But would she have gotten gone had Rashida left? You know what I mean? I just mentioned how I left my marriage. We know that Melody Cherie left Martell. Most times, I'm toot myself on toot my own damn horn. If I would have stayed, he wasn't going nowhere. So Kirk ain't going nowhere because Rashida chose to stay. So, I'll give as much props as I can to the Jasmine chick. But other than that, you know, yeah. Look, but Jasmine couldn't have done what she did without Kirk. So I ain't never about to be the one to come out here and put all the blame on his big sweet potato head looking ass. Brittany Janae said this is why Rashida has bags under her eyes. Look, it'll slowly kill you. It'll slowly kill you. So I ain't gonna stay. Let me see what you guys got to say about Kirk, because I don't watch. Darn that, let me know. Did they talk about that on the show? As far as Rashida, No Name Face said Rashida gets backlash because she's delusional. Red Ann said no one made him make a decision with the wrong damn head. Thanks, Red Ann. Love you, sis. Thanks for being here. Girlfriend Chronicle said Kurt is trash and takes no accountability for just being a 304. Wasn't he in the hot tub with Bambi? You know? Let me see what Darnell said above this one. I gotta scroll up. He should be writing an apology letter to Rashida's son. I don't know what that means. All right, let me see what you guys say. Thank you, sweet tea. I'm feeling much better. I still got a little congestion, but I worked on it for the past 2 days, so nose a little stop right now. Anyway, that's all. Look, ladies, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't go over there and see this post and be like, oh my God, he's right. I shouldn't have said that about Kirk. No, continue on. Because those type of comments, when it comes to men like him, will make another woman second guess their decision. They could be entertaining them. They could be believing the lies where the man say, look, me and my wife, we in a bad season. And they don't stop there. I want the people to know. They just don't say me and my wife are in a bad season. They say I'm only with her for the kids. They say I'm sleeping in separate bedrooms. They say we not having sex. They say a whole lot. Don't fall for the okie doke. Because guess what? Kirk is still with his wife. And the only one that really suffered bad seasons is Rashida. And that's because of the embarrassment. The embarrassment from you. Okay, period. Let's move on because I have about an hour, 45 minutes. We're gonna be over there on Patreon. If you guys are not Patroni Cutie members, join us. We will be over there at 6:45 Central. We will be watching Real Housewives of Potomac, and then we letting loose on Wendy and Eddie as we letting loose, okay? Right over there on Patreon. But let's continue. Another show that we were supposed to watch this past Friday on Patreon, but I was a little under the weather, was The Braxtons. And with me, Kirk ain't the best looking thing out there either. Facts. Kirk, if ain't nobody told you, sir, Jasmine only gave you a little cooch because of who you are. She was impressed with the reality TV celebrity of it all. You know, you wear them big old 1985 earrings, child. You know, let me stop. Let me stop. But we were supposed to watch the Braxtons on Patreon this past Friday. I was under the weather, but I did watch. Now I will be having a talk with the Patroni Cuties because I don't know. I don't know, child. If we're gonna be able to keep this on our Friday night, we can decide together. If you want to join me over there on Patreon, the link is in the chat. But I watched. I was in bed and I watched. And it was boring up until the point of Ashley. So you guys should know that Ashley is the daughter of Michael Braxton. And allegedly, per Ashley, she was touched. That's about all I can say. Touched as a kid. And people were trying to put it together or whatever. Ashley sat down with Tamar, and they'll be showing that because I don't know. I don't think that podcast was ever released, but they did tape it. Anyway, let me remove this off the screen. Word around the curb. Word around the curb is allegedly the person that touched Ashley was Tina Braxton's ex-husband, may he rest in peace, Gabe. Okay? And Gabe has since passed away. And there's a big debate that's going around as far as sweeping shit up under the rug. Now, Cutie Crew, if I'm not mistaken, we just had a conversation not too long ago about that. No, maybe that was over there at Pink Table Topics. I remember talking about this in the past couple weeks as far as sweeping family business up under the rug. And that's what Trina Braxton is mad about. She feels like family issues should be kept private. And I don't know if I agree with that. However, a person chooses to free themselves is their business. Secondly, did Ashley, yes, we about to look at that pineapple. Did Ashley Trina try to reach out to you before? Because she did say a couple of her aunts started giving her the cold shoulder, allegedly, once she spoke out. That was behind private, that was behind closed doors. That was private. Ashley is a grown-ass woman now. Let's go ahead and listen to what Trina had to say here. Then we'll listen to another clip because according to Trina, it's not fair that Ashley is speaking about what happened to her because Gabe allegedly is not here with us. You still want that girl to suffer in silence. Let's take a look and a listen, guys. Hit the like button, 131 of you. Thank you for joining me. You guys make sure you subscribe. I don't know what YouTube doing. But yeah, make sure you are still subscribed. My subscriber count is going up and down, up and down. So check that for me. But let's go ahead and take a look.
100% forget what Einstein says for real. Okay, I'm going to say this. I cannot negate anyone's feelings in any way, shape, or form. And I will say this. I think that you can never put a time limit on someone's feelings, their emotions, or even their version of what the truth may be to them. But I do wish
their version of what the truth may mean to them. Their version of their truth is their truth. What? That's crazy. Let's go ahead and continue.
That the people that were spoken about were able to tell their own version of their story, of their truth, because they're no longer with us.
Husband, shut up. You husband number 3 or 4. And I don't see any reason why Ashley would have to come out and lie and try to pin something on somebody. And it's unfortunate. May Gabe rest in peace. And again, everything is alleged. I don't know what happened or not. But we always say believe victims, right? We always say believe women, right? Just because that's your niece. I don't care who my niece come and tell me that somebody did something to them. Guess who I'm believing? My niece. I see your comment, girlfriend. We'll talk about it.
And that's not always fair. It's not always fair. And people have to talk about things when they're ready to talk about them. And yes, you guys are loud. Yeah.
You're loud as hell out there.
But I can't disregard anybody's feelings.
Well, you aren't discarding her feelings right there. Right there. You got more pity because Gabe, again, unfortunately, is not here. But as Girlfriend Chronicle said, allegedly, didn't Gabe say he went to counseling for his actions? I remember something like that. You know the old saying, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And you know what, Jacqueline? That old saying got a lot of people messed up. That old saying, Mental Health Mondays, Cutie Crew, got a lot of people feeling just like this with that purple heart. See that purple heart? I'm in a really dark place and need someone to talk to. So yeah, that is an old saying, but we living in different times. And I'm all for people freeing themselves, period, point blank. Okay. Let's take a look at what she had to say here. This is where she's talking about keeping family issues private. And I just don't know if I could deal with the whole season. Teresa, you put that in there in the comments as well. So it's not worth watching. I'll let you guys determine that. Catch up on episode 1 before Friday get here, and we'll decide as a group together. Also, I think I'm going to do a Halloween party on the 31st. I don't know if it's going to be for the Cutie Crew or probably that's on a Friday. Anybody that's not going out for Halloween, I may have a Halloween costume contest and give away some money. So because I don't go out on Halloween, child, at all, or open my door. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with the way Trina talks, and yeah, it's too much.
You can call it family secrets. You can call it, Braxton no family values, like I saw some people saying. Right. So it's just the Braxtons right now. I don't think, like I said on the show, I'm going to reiterate it again. Everything is not for public consumption. I think that I'm not saying the covered wagon. I'm just saying that things should be talked about, things should be dealt with, and things should be discussed if you want real, true healing. I don't think that social.
Girl, stop. Girl, stop. You guys are on a reality TV show, okay? And everything, feel free to cash out the host, guys. Everything, basically, when it comes to Braxton family values, has been discussed right there on TV. Don't try to shut this down. Sis, that's exactly what she's saying. So what was the point in her video? She's trying to contest what the niece is saying. That's exactly what it is. The new husband looked like a fool to me for sitting there because you don't know what went on. Neither does Trina if allegedly it was gay. Okay? But Braxton family values, you guys have talked about everything. Your marriages, they have fought. Tracy, rest in peace. I love me some Tracy. She was the realest one out the bunch. Why you want to stop now? Let's continue.
Social media is a forum for people to hear things, especially if it involves them firsthand. Social media is not a place to hear things firsthand. It's just not. And I love you guys enough to tell the truth, and I love me enough to protect myself and my family and my children.
She still ain't mentioned the niece. Have you guys heard her mention the niece? Because look, if she was sincere, in my opinion, she would have led this with to my niece Ashley. I totally understand you wanting to discuss what went on. And by no means am I telling you you don't have a right to do so. I would love, if possibly, you can come and sit down with me and we can talk about it. But I do understand that after all of these years and you haven't felt supported by this family, especially me, allegedly, if it was Gabe, I do understand you taking other avenues to get your story out there. That's about the only thing you should have said, okay?
Um, would I be willing to have a conversation? Absolutely. But I think that needed to happen prior to.
Would she be willing to have a conversation? She said absolutely, but I think that should have happened prior to. Did you take the step to reach out to your niece? Because she was a minor. She was a minor. What steps did you take? Hey, Bravo. To have a conversation with him. What's up with these damn glasses? Is it me? I see a square frame and a round one, child. I'm confused. Let's continue.
Do you think? Do you feel like this is all worth it for all your family business to be put out there? Is it all worth it? And I'm going to actually address that question and say absolutely. And I'm going to tell you why. Because our family is just like everybody else's family. And there might be something that happened within our family that might make somebody say, you know what, that's happening in my family, and we can reach resolve. If they can do it, I can do it, we can do it.
And Francine, they're gonna.
You can call it family secrets. You can.
Bravo. I'm so glad that you dropped down with the comment that you put down because we just got finished talking about gaslighting when it comes to Kirk Frost. And that is exactly what I feel like Trina is doing. Because look, this goes both ways. If you don't want Ashley talking about anything publicly, why are you sitting here on video talking about this publicly? Aunt Debbie, it's like she from Australia, child, I don't know where. I'm confused by the way she talked to. But you know, maybe there's other people that grew up in Baltimore that talk like that. I don't know, child. Um, is this not the same thing? We're gonna move on from this. I'm gonna read some comments, but is Trina not doing the same thing? You don't want Ashley to talk on social media, but here you go, girl, right here on social media, saying you don't feel like it's fair because Gabe is dead and gone. You're doing the same damn thing. And we don't know what Ashley went through when it comes to this family. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. Not feeling supported, not feeling safe. Shut down when she possibly tried to bring this to their attention. We don't believe you, we believe him. We don't know. Philly Girl for Life said social media is not the place to air family matters. Why is she now on social media talking about family matters? Also, people speculated it was her ex-husband. Is she confirming it? Philly Girl, excellent comment. And I promise you, I didn't see that before. I just said the same damn thing. And you're right. Basically, it does appear that she is confirming it because, as I showed you guys in the first video, she don't feel like that's fair because they're no longer with us. The they are no longer with us that she speak of is gay. So you know. And if this season is going to be, you know, I guess you guys watch episode 1 that we did not watch together. We'll give it a shot Friday, episode 2. But it is really the same old, same old. There's a lot of acting. Tony Braxton is now like bout it with the rah-rah. Tamar is Tamaring. And did I not tell you guys that whole situation that went down with Tamar and her losing a couple teeth and everything else? Did I not tell you guys that was gonna be on this show? Because guess what they show previews of? Guess what cameras just so happen to be there to pick it up? So yeah, what Tamar went through with the alleged, she don't know what happened. She woke up in a pool of blood and all of that. That's gonna be right there on the Braxtons. Like I told you guys, I think Tamar needed new veneers, and that's it. Okay. What else happened on the Braxtons this past Friday? Tamar got BBL shots. Tony and Tamar got into it. Tawanda's getting married and she just looked like she's staring at the screen, just, she don't know whether she here nor there. And more of, it's just so boring. Trina and Tawanda scene boring. The only little action and the only action they'll ever get because she puts on a show is Tamar. you know. But I am curious to see the way this episode ended. They will be showing Tamar and Ashley sitting down Friday. So yeah, let's watch that together Friday night. Now, whether we continue is a different story. Well, look, CC, I'm gonna put it back up because I'm confused, sis. Is it me? Is this the style? Is this the style? Y'all let me know. I'm looking at 2 frames. I'm confused. CC, they are round. She got an orange, smaller frame in the center. Maybe some of you guys like this. Put a 1 in the chat. Hey, Lula, put a 1 in the chat. Tam C, that's it. That's all. I said it then, sis, and I stood on business. I had people all in my comments. That ain't right. That ain't right. Tamar was attacked. Girl, ain't nothing happened to Tamar. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you like these frames. Put a 2. I wish I had that. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Oh, hell no. Number 2 for me. Tyra, put your number in, sis. 1, if you will rock these frames. And 2, if it's a hell to the no, no. Hell no. So I gotta find that. It's a hell no for me. All right, Pineapple said that is a style. However, Trina don't know how to rock them. All right. MAF said 2, Teresa 2, Rolanda 2, child. Hey, Neva P. Neva, let me know, sis. Neva, aren't you from around those parts? Be more. Do they talk like Trina Braxton? All I see is 2, child. It's a 2 for me. It's a 2 for me. It could be Trina. I just don't get it. You know? Either wear the larger frame, like that black frame. If you remove that circular orange in the middle, I think that's hot, cold blooded. Like I like that. But with the orange in the middle, child, no ma'am, no ma'am. Mm-mm. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Neva P again. Okay. Debbie said, I thought my glasses was ugly. She got me beat. Peggy said, no, too wide and big. I like big frames. I got some Tommy Hilfiger. They're like the Gladiator. That's big, but I really don't wear them. And then I got like, child, my smaller frames are my Coach. I got like 4 pair of Coach, and I don't wear any of them unless it's at night. Brittany Janae says, giving Mr. Magoo. You win, sis. You win. Comment of the day. Okay. Hey, Patricia D. Patricia D said too. Oh, ciao. You will rock these frames on Halloween with a costume. Mm-mm. Hey, Janice. What you mean? Thanks for acknowledging you. We acknowledge everybody. But welcome, sis. Thank you so much for joining us. Sweet Tea said they just plain ugly. They just ugly. Brittany Janae wins. She wins. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into, because I got about 30 more minutes before I have to set this camera up for the Patroni Cuties. We're gonna get into a little bit more when it comes to Wendy, Osefo, and Eddie, and then we will go through this list of the reality TV stars. My question though to you guys is, because if we keep it real, a lot of these, Philly girl, you a rock 'em? Philly girl, you just want to be different. Really, Philly. The style is different. Color frames that are the same frame, but different colors that you snap on. It is different. I'll give you that. And look, it's only my personal opinion and a couple more cuties that's in the chat. If you would rock them, hey, you know what I mean? I ain't nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But whatever floats your boat. But let's go ahead and get into this Real Housewives again of Potomac. If we're being honest, we have seen a lot of these housewives start off in, unless they were already rich, they start these shows off like season 1, um most times showing like a humble beginning. You know what I mean? They're not in the big house. They're not wearing all of the latest designers. They're not carrying all of the designer purses. They're not driving these expensive cars. And what they always gave to me, any first season of any reality TV show is real. But, it's in the name when it comes to Bravo. Is real. They give me real the first season, and most times the first season only. Sometimes it can carry over into the second season. You know what I mean? But I think that they all get caught up in putting on not only for their fellow castmates, but the public. They wanted to appear that they out here balling. They wanted to appear that they wearing nothing but designers. Something that I can just mention off the top of my head right now is that ugly ass purse that Drew and Shamia was arguing about. You guys remember the little purse that's shaped like a martini glass? Judith Lieber, I believe it was the brand name. And Shamia came out here and clowned Drew, saying that Drew was carrying a fake bag. Drew then, in turn, had to come out here publicly and say it. No, this is real, and here is my receipt. And then the brand, Judith Leiber, the lady, even dropped down somewhere and said, no, that purse is authentic, and that purse did cost $7,000. I wouldn't have paid 70 for it. It was ugly. But that just shows you how the value is now on how they look. And I think that's absolutely what happened to Wendy. I wouldn't have cared that Wendy lives outside of Potomac. She lives in Finksburg. So that wouldn't have mattered to me. Beautiful home. You guys will see it in a minute because the media is stalking her, or and I wouldn't have cared if she was dressed down in designers or not, or any of them for that matter. And I hope that those of us that are a part of the viewing audience, I really hope that none of you went out and said, look, that purse that Shamia got, 7,000. I can't tell you how to spend your money. A lot of you guys may be rich, and your taste, your taste. I wouldn't have paid 7. I'm gonna take it down. And Debbie said 7 cents. I'm gonna take it down to $7. I wouldn't carry it, period. It was really ugly. But they argued about that, not only on social media, but for days. And that just shows you how they want to put on a show. Do I think that Drew Sidora got it like that? Not if she in court arguing with her husband over money and all of that. The hell you look like with a $7,000 purse that's shaped like a martini glass. But again, they like their business. I do think the Judith Leiber purse. Philly girl, you said, if we recall, Winter said many of these ladies lease houses, cars, clothes, etc. to play the part. Yeah, shout out to Winter, but that's been known. Shout out to Winter, Philly girl, but that's been known. You know, all the Rolls Royces and you know what I mean, and all of that. They've been doing that, and that's what's sad to me. You know, and maybe, I don't know, will the public come out here and blast, for instance, a Nene Leaks if she didn't pull up in a Rolls Royce? I love Nene when she was in her Range Rover. You know what I mean? I think a lot of them fall for this, and this is exactly what happened when it comes to Wendy. I'm going to go through a couple of Bravo Snark Sides posts, and then we're going to look at the media camped out outside the Osefo's home, and I'm going to tell you guys a piece of what I heard that completely broke my heart. But, oh, hold on, guys. Oh, shoot. I forgot my little doggy was outside, and she knocking at the door. Can you believe it? Actually knocking or scratching. Come on. No, you're not going out there. You just wait. Sorry, guys. I can't help it if I got smart fur babies. But news broke. We already know. News broke that Wendy and Eddie were both arrested October 9th. Both. Keep that in mind when I come to you with something else. Also, with them reporting all of these items that were stolen, they just again weren't street smart, because this is allegedly the ring that Wendy and Eddie had on 2 separate insurance claims. And something else that they did is they did not report to the other insurance companies that they had other insurance companies. So yeah, multiple insurance companies can't pay you for the same damn thing. That's exactly what it is, Peggy. They are robbing Peter to pay Paul, trying to impress people who don't really care. I promise you, just give me the real. I love any first season most times of these reality shows. I'm gonna go off track real quickly. When it comes to Teresa Giudice and Juicy Joe, when Real Housewives of New Jersey season 1 first started, I knew they was into something illegal. Do you guys remember when Teresa went furniture shopping and had about $300,000-$400,000 cash? When she did that, guess who were alerted? The feds. Because they wondering, look, most times people are bad on their credit card, even if you pay it from your account with the money you got. So, you know, they ended up both in jail. And it's unfortunate. I do not get a joy out of this. Wendy and Eddie both will serve time. There's no way around this. What I want to know from you guys before I continue. Yes, they were looking from that episode, sis. Yes, Neva. Yes, April. On TV. On TV. Cash. And I was like, oh, they balling. But that don't look like no regular earned money, child. You know? Anyway, I want you guys to put in the chat the names of, based off of this thumbnail that you guys see, of who you think has had the most serious arrest. If you know just by looking at them what they were arrested for. I hate to say this. Wendy and Eddie jump to the top of the list for me. We talked about the Clear folks that, you know, allegedly did insurance scams as well. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. They were never arrested. I'm only going by who were arrested. And this is top of the list for me. Top of the list. Okay, I'll read what you guys got to say about Teresa and Juicy Joe in a minute. But again, we know that Wendy and Eddie were arrested, and they both are facing those felony charges. And they set themselves up. They got greedy. Eddie sent Wendy an email that the I'm not going to play the press conference, but I'll put this up on the screen for you guys. Eddie sent Wendy an email asking if there was anything else that they could add to that claim to get that money up. First of all, you're not street smart again. That's your wife. You could have whispered that in her ear right before y'all went to bed. You gonna email her that? You know? But allegedly, guys, this is the ring. And then there was another picture of the dates. And maybe that was in another email. This is just a breakdown of the indictment. Here it is. So they filed that insurance claim in April of 2024, early April. I had the dates yesterday. I don't see it now. Maybe it was around this April 12th date. But as you guys can see here, April 28th, couple weeks after they filed that damn insurance claim, here is Wendy with the rings on. So, it's really a learning lesson. Don't do it. Don't do it. A lot of us, and I think that, look, I believe that a lot of these insurance companies get over. I feel like if I've been paying my insurance for 15 years and I've never been in a car accident, thank you, Lord. I'm got my hands extended to the sky. Some of that money should come back to me. It totaled that, Teresa. Yes. 425, if I'm not mistaken, is what they kept adding to that claim as far as the total amount of everything that was stolen. 425-ish, I believe. Unless it went up to 450, child. But I do think that the insurance companies do get over. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm going to say, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and act like somebody broke in here and stole these big screen TVs and computers and my jewelry. And hell no. Because they're going to also look at, now, she hasn't had a claim in all these years. I think it's kind of odd that now you didn't have this robbery and everything and robberies do happen. That's not what I'm saying. But child, Eddie and Wendy was just slow because they said that these people climbed through the second floor window. What they do, child, get a ladder. They climbed through the second floor bathroom window, which is smaller than all of the other windows. And what robbers are going to take a chance climbing up to the second floor? And they could just go ahead and bust one of these windows down here on the first floor. That's crazy. Speaking of the house, though, I want you guys to see it. Where is it? Let me bring this up. I want you guys to see the house because I really want you guys to see this second floor. Shout out to 174 cuties that's watching me. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button. Shout out to the replay gang yang as well as those in the bushes. Let me go ahead and share this for you guys. And then I'm going to have to get out of here, child. I got about 20 minutes. All right, let's see. Let's see. Here is Wendy and Eddie's home. I'm going to show you guys. And let me drop down so you guys can have sort of a larger view. And this is the press staked outside. Now, I'm glad I thought about this before I decided to go on. As I mentioned, they both were arrested Thursday night. This is alleged. This is alleged. But allegedly, they both were arrested at home. Allegedly, the only people in that home was Wendy, Eddie, and their children. And if the Popos took Wendy and Eddie, they didn't leave them children in the home by themselves. Those children also had to be allegedly carted down to the Popo station until somebody were able to pick them up. How dreadful. How dreadful. And we watched the season premiere of Real Housewives of Potomac last Sunday, and we about to watch. Hey, Melanin, we're about to watch episode 2 tonight. Wendy was fronting. Remember, guys, we watched. She was talking about getting a marble fireplace built all the way up to the ceiling. Y'all remember that? Look, Neva, Cliff Oaks rules don't apply to us. I agree with you, though, sis. Let's go ahead and take a look at the press. Let me take this back to the beginning. There is music, so I cannot play the audio, and nobody is talking anyway. But look at the beautiful home. Look at the beautiful home. You guys will see it in 1 second, but they're just showing all of the press that's the home there, staked outside of that home. What a shame. What a shame. Just to look like you got more than you do and you're living well. Her salary plus Eddie's as an attorney is able to afford them this lifestyle of that home. Y'all better do like a lot of them clear folks. Baby, on the outside of them clear folks, you look at a beautiful home. Open that door. That shit look like inside of a Goodwill. So, if you wanted to keep up with the Joneses in that way, you got the home. But they got to have the, expensive furniture and china and, all of that. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Your neighbors and everybody see these people staking out. You locked in. Wendy won't be running to the store anytime soon at all. And again, I'm not laughing at any misfortune. Do I think that she's a dummy ass and her husband? Absolutely, I do. I think this is greed. So the message is live within your means, child. Live within your means. Somebody that is laughing though at the misfortune of Wendy is none other than her own fellow castmate, Ashley Darby. Ashley didn't waste no time at all. Ashley, shout out again to Bravo Snarkside, said Zen Win is in the pen. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick look. Zen Win is in the pen. Zen Win is in the pen, right? She said what she said right there. Ashley also said this not news to us. This news to y'all. Ashley, I'm gonna poke a little fun at you because they say she poking fun at Wendy, but Ashley said we catching melodies, not felonies, which is funny. But Ashley, you can't even catch a melody, child. Please don't sing. The people say, go ahead and hang that up. But it's sad. It really, really is. You heard on another page that he lost his job after the first season. Okay. I don't know how much stock I would put into that because, unless he was messing around with a coworker, you know what I mean? I can understand that company letting him go. But, if you got fired for messing around with somebody of another race, he could have went to another law firm. So I don't believe that Yvonne, could be true. I don't know. Yeah. Eddie's mama absolutely tried to warn him. And I'm not blaming this all on Wendy. But I do know, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Thank you, girlfriend. I absolutely wanted to make sure that we paid attention to that. They both did this together. But I do know that a lot of husbands will do anything for their wives as far as the wife is the one that want this new body. Wendy went and had work done on her face. her body. She got boobs. She got allegedly BBL. She's the one that's wearing all these designer dresses and carrying the purses and all of that. But again, both of them are to blame. But let's take a look real quick at this second window. Then we're going to go through some of these mug shots, child. Thank you, girlfriend, because I moved on just that quick. But yeah, this is another reason why they were some dummy asses. So ain't no burglar gonna climb up to this second window. Come on now, Wendy and Eddie. Even that let me pause. Baby, the window is too small anyway. The bushes are in the way. So in the police report, it said that the burglars climbed up to the second floor bathroom window, child. And this looked like the second floor bathroom window, unless it's on the back of the house, but I could have sworn they said the side. Child, they can't even fit through the window, Wendy and Eddie. Robbers are not coming with ladders. Bravo say it was a super villain, child. I don't care, Yvonne, that it came from Carlos Kane. I don't believe it because, again, that's no need. He's not going to get disbarred for sleeping with somebody other than his wife. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, who is Carlos? Child. Look at the windows again. I got to move on. Child, Wendy and Eddie. Look, Eddie sell that puff puff pass. Eddie sells puff puff pass. They have to been puffing and puffing and puffing. You hear me? Hey, Sylvia. Baby, they was how they own supply. Look at the window, and then I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the mug shots, and we gotta get out of here. I gotta meet the cutie crew in no less than 15 minutes. Unless the bathroom window is on this side, I highly doubt it. It looks like this is most likely. I don't know. It's a white gate there. I was gonna say the garage, but I doubt this is the garage. But yeah, ain't no burglar climbing up on no damn second floor window, child. Girl, they would have had to, Jacqueline. They would have had to. So it's very, very unfortunate. My prayers do go up. Number one, to their children. How embarrassing. Because now when those kids go to school, little Tommy and Billy and whatever their names are, they're gonna be laughing and pointing at them. Little kids that they play with on the block, you know, they ride their little bikes with, a skateboard with. Why was all those cameras outside your house? Why? Okay, on the side of the house. Yeah, because if we're looking from the front, Neva P, but I could have sworn in the report it said the side of the house and it said bathroom windows. And the reason why I said the bathroom windows because they said that there was zero debris on the toilets or the floor. So, you know, some bathrooms can absolutely be on the side, but Neva P is saying the bathrooms are in the back of the house. I could be mistaken, child. The neighbor's child. Girl, we got to play Bridget J. Girl, what's going on? Hold on. Where is it? Sis, facts. This is what the neighbor's saying.
Girl, what's going on?
Neighbors, they kids, the dogs looking over there. It's a mess. And I do pray for the kids. I did want to get more into the indictment. We'll do that another day, another time. And look, prayers going up. I am not laughing again at Wendy or Eddie. The child ain't gonna get into the orange man. But you know, shit, ain't no telling what anybody can be picked up for today. But as far as them doing this, absolutely not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are already faking the funk, Wendy, in my opinion, because you don't live in Potomac. And I don't feel like they should have to live in Potomac. It should be neighboring suburbs of a major city as far as these housewives. You know, but we know that Potomac is the one that got the big bucks. You know, Karen was busted out before, I believe. I don't know, Giselle. what's her name? She been clowning her too, Mia. And I don't have a problem with them not living in the particular cities. I don't. But if we want to look at it, Wendy, you was already faking the phone because you don't live in Potomac. Would that have been next? All right. Now that we got away with this, let's try to do it again because we really should be living in Potomac. You know what I mean? A mess. But let's go over some of these mug shots real quickly. And love my people. So I'm not trying to clown them, but I am going to talk about the charges of a lot of them real quick, real quick. When it comes to Nene Leakes, you guys see Nene on the screen. What was Nene arrested for? In 1992, at the age of 25, Nene was arrested and charged with 1 misdemeanor and 3 felony counts of theft and services. The charges stem from her ripping off her phone company. How'd she do that? Details of the case. Leakes pled guilty to all 4 counts and was sentenced to 2 years probation. She was ordered to pay $2,650 in restitution. She was arrested 3 more times during her probation period for violations. Goodness. The incident was not widely known until 2014 when media outlets reported on her criminal record. After the news broke, Nene tweeted about the experience, stating, 22 years ago, I was lost, I was scared, I was trapped, and I was a single mom. Ripping off her phone company. I don't have time to look into that more deeply. But what she do? Did she possibly pay for a past due phone bill or something like that? I don't know. With a check? I don't know. Portia Williams is up here. You guys remember what Portia was arrested for? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Shout out to a couple cash apps. I don't have time to look at them. I got 6 minutes. Portia Williams was arrested on at least 2 occasions. First, in July 2020 for intimidating a participant in a legal process, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespass during that Breonna Taylor protest in Louisville, Kentucky. Power to the people for Portia, and I was screaming at that time, free Portia. The second time Portia was arrested, that was when Kenya Moore had her arrested. June 2024 for a misdemeanor battery charge after was that June 2024? Thought it was before that. This is all alleged. I think that's a lie. And more recently, in June 2024, for a misdemeanor battery charge after a physical fight with her Real Housewives of Atlanta co-star Kenya Moore. That was not 2024. Probably 2022-ish. Marlo, child. Y'all see about 7, 8 different. Here go Marlo at the top, right next to Wendy and Ed. What was Marlo arrested for? Hold on, guys. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Marlo was 7. There go another one. Marlo was arrested more than that. Marlo, real quickly. Aggravated battery. One of those mug shots is for. Then that was May 26, 1999. September 1999, she was arrested again for aggravated battery. June 2000, Marlo was picked up on a parole violation for violating a parole for aggravated battery. 2001, on Valentine's Day, Marlo was arrested again for violating her parole. One of those mug shots, I can't point out. I was going to be real petty, but I can't do it now because I'm rushing. On September 9, 2002, Marlo was arrested for obtaining property or services in return for worthless checks, drafts, or debit card orders. Marlo was picked up and charged with possession of a firearm before. And another mugshot, parole violation. She was back in jail. That's about it. I could go on and on and on when it comes to Marlo. Was it 2014? It definitely wasn't 2024, sis. Portia and Kenya, the reunion dragon. Can somebody let me do it. Let me do it. Portia and Kenya, hold on. Kenya reunion. Let's see. 7 years ago. Yeah. So not 2014, but it was season 6. Let me put date behind this. Oh, they are saying that. They are saying that it was April 21, 2024. So forgive me, Portia's arrest was, I knew it wasn't 2024. They are saying April 21st, 2014. Damn, it don't seem like it was 11 years ago. But it was originally broadcast April 21st, 2014. Wow. Time flies. Time flies. Martell Holt, we already know what his ass was arrested for. People seem to forget. People seem to forget. Revenge P, period, point blank. Sugarcoat it how you want to sugarcoat it. That's what it was for. Okay. And what was the exact charge, guys? That he's since pled and begged and pleaded and cried with Mel. Domestic violence, third harassment. That's what he was arrested for. Destiny, love and marriage, Huntsville. That has something to do with Liberic. Destiny got about 2-3 mug shots as well. I'm trying to rush now because I'm really pressing for time. You guys see who all is up here. Teresa Judice and Juicy Joe, tax evasion. Karen is up here. Child, she said she was Thomas Jefferson's concubine during her police questioning. But which is yes, harassing communication. Give me Destiny's real quick. Yeah, isn't that something, TMC? 11 years. Destiny was fraud, allegedly. Something else with Liberic, right? Because they was going tit for tat. Martell ain't never get shit on Mel to go tit for tat for. Mel, wasn't putting her image and character in jeopardy to get arrested over that Negro like Destiny did with Liberic. I ain't even about to get on them, child. I done freed myself from the whole Martell hold of it all, coleslaw, all that shit. Ooh, it was such a headache. Put the person's name in the chat, and we gotta go. I'm sorry, because I got 15 minutes. I got this camera to set up. Cutie Crew, we won't be having a music intro, but we'll be there on time. I don't remember if he had a mug shot for that, Audrey. Allegedly, that whole ATM robbery child that Martell Holt did back in the day. Everything is alleged in the chat. Everything is alleged. But as far as what we see on this screen, guys, what we've discussed, as far as the Bravo celebrities, or you can include the 2 Love and Marriage Huntsvilles that's on this thumbnail, whose offense is the worst to you? Whose offense is the worst to you? So we're not talking about the clear folks that allegedly did the same thing as Wendy and Eddie, because we don't have them up here. We're only talking about who we see. And I'm just going to say it again. For me, it is absolutely the professor and the attorney. I'll put my own comment in the chat. That is the worst out of all of this. And I think their charges speak for that. Their charges speak to that. 7 felonies, 7 misdemeanors. I think Eddie got 8 felonies and 7 misdemeanors. I already mentioned Teresa, Peggy. Teresa and Juicy Joe went to jail. Yeah, they're the worst to me. Wendy and Eddie, I am so ashamed, so ashamed. Just as a viewer, and I will say this to anybody that may find themselves on reality TV. The people want to see real. I really, really got a cackle, but did not look at her and like, oh my goodness. When Kenya Moore was staying in that little hotel with a white refrigerator, when Nene said, "Ooh, child, the ghetto," that's real to me. That's real to me. And the sad thing when it comes to I don't think so. Well, that's your opinion, girlfriend. Had Karen and those DUIs injured somebody, and it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say, hey, ain't nothing wrong with what Karen did. Absolutely. But it did not result in, thank goodness. And Karen should thank her lucky stars and thank God and never drink again. It didn't result in death or anything like that. So I get what you're saying. DUI is absolutely bad. And I respect your opinion, sis. But for Wendy and Eddie, for me, decorated people, attorney, professors, PhDs, went to college, went back and went back and went back just to do some shit like this, and you could have filed bankruptcy? Why are people embarrassed to file bankruptcy? I will raise my hand. Been there, done that. Don't give a damn. Do you hear me? Don't give a damn. I don't know why people look down upon folks filing bankruptcy. And I think that, I wish we had more time. Well, we talking about it tonight over there on Patreon. We ain't got no more time. Cuties, I was about to try to stretch my time with you guys, but we are absolutely discussing this over there on Patreon because we letting loose about it. I will say this. I ain't got time to talk about nobody else who was in jail, chat. Wendy and Eddie is top of the list for me, not only again for their decorated lives, but the poor children. And I do think that once they do get to the point of sentencing, because I do think they're going to be found guilty, I just hope and pray that they do this the way they did Teresa and Juicy Joe. Let one parent stay home with the kids while the other parent go away. And then when that parent get out, let the other parent. Y'all, I will be running to Nigeria. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. But yeah, they could have filed bankruptcy because allegedly they were in big financial trouble. Bankruptcy would have helped y'all with that. And then guess what else would have helped? You guys talking about it on Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, we got Ashley looking up divorce records, so Wendy probably was scared to file bankruptcy because guess what? The people gonna know, but they not gonna know about this. And now everybody know, girl, a mess. I gotta go. I can't say no more. I love you guys. If you guys did not hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way out to the Patroni Cuties. I will see you guys over there in 5 minutes. Let me set up this camera. Thank you guys for joining me. This was fun. You guys know I love Hot Topics. I will be taking my channel live soon. I don't know if I'm gonna do it first. I keep it to yourself. The Lord just said keep it to yourself. That's all I gotta say. All right, guys, I love you. I'm out of here. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.